So Malik, what have you found out now that Big 12 play started that maybe is different, if you've had to adapt to, that wasn't the way it was at your previous stops?
Um, every game is definitely going to be a battle. You can't take no team lightly, no matter who the team is. You got to give out all-out effort every game to win the games. And right now, we haven't been, winning games right now. But it's something that we're gonna figure out how to, come out with a dub at the end of the game.
There are more bigs, I would think, in this league than what you face at ODU. So does that change how you have to attack the rim?
Not really, because I realized that I'm fast. I'm way faster than a big, so I realized I could still get my shots off at the rim, just like how I did at junior college and just like how I did at ODU. Uh, I just gotta, try to be more craftier, get into the basket, I would say, and finish my layups.
You're in the middle of three. Well, you're in the middle of three. Defending national champion, Kansas, Texas Tech. Are they as good as advertised, you think, after facing these three?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
In what way you're smiling? Style-wise? What's so
I'm
different?
smiling because it's like when I first stepped on the court against Kansas, it felt like surreal. It's like you can't get much higher than this, and that moment was a big moment. I mean, obviously we took a L, but uh, just playing a good game against them just showed me that I could play with anyone. And Kansas is a very good team. They like to run the transition. So does Baylor and Texas Tech. And they both have good coaches, good plays, good sets that we have to guard in day out. So they very good teams.
You were Conference USA and you went through your conference schedule. Were there instances when you could have a good game and not really exert, put out a lot, and kind of maybe conserve yourself? Whereas in this league, I mean, it's intense from the moment you get on the floor until you leave.
At ODU, I would say no. We had back-to-back games in Conference USA in conference. So Friday, Saturday, every team. So I played 40 minutes Friday night, 40 minutes Saturday night, as long as I was in foul trouble. So I feel like the effort, I'd say more effort on the defensive end for sure, because I have to guard some of the best players in the conference. So besides that, I would say it's pretty even. Yeah.
Have you always been able to get to the rim? I mean, even back to youth basketball, was that always the big part of your game?
I would say yes, because I just was always fast. I played so many sports. I ran track, soccer, football. So I just running was always something that I always had, and just being faster than people was something that I always had in my game. And I don't know, I just like attacking the basket. That's just my game. So yeah.
At some point, some get thrown back at you. I mean, is that intimidating at times? I mean, what's that like to get one block?
I mean, that's what they supposed to do. So it's of course they gonna get some, but I'd rather make more layups than get my shot blocked. So, and I know I'm gonna get more layups than get my shot blocked. So it's not really a problem.
Sorry. When you made that left-handed layup against Baylor, did you know that was gonna end up on SportsCenter?
I had no idea. Not in the moment. I did not know. Yeah, but I'm glad it did though.
What about the variety in this league? I mean, you played a Texas Tech team that was basically 6'6", 6'8" guys. Kansas has the athletes in the big, and then you look at Baylor, what they do with their zone. And then tomorrow you're going to face a team that's completely different. How do you prepare for that?
Every day in practice, we go over personnel, watch film before, after practice, and we just got to figure out our strengths and how we're going to win the game. And, every team is different. Every team got different players, different shooters, different drivers. So we just got to, know personnel and know where people like to get their shots and see how we're going to execute our game plan.
Do you feel like other teams research you well now that you've got this many games in? You've got kind of a body of work now. Do you feel like people are saying, hey, watch what he does? He's going to his left, stop his take away his left, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, they could say that, but until someone stopped me going left, then that's when I'm gonna switch my game plan. At the end of the day, I'm left-handed. I never really heard someone say, "Stop him, he's going right," but they always gonna say, "Stop him, he's going left." So I mean, until they stop it, that's something that I adjust. But I've been doing it my whole college career, so I mean, if they want to stop it, I mean that's their best option to stop it. But I think that I have to add more stuff to my game to be a better player. Definitely, coach told me yesterday in practice that once I add a couple more like options in my game, I get to the basket, figure out how to do this, figure out how to do that. Of course, make open shots, which I definitely need to work on more, and hit open shots. And once I add that to my game, I feel like I'll be a better player.
So the amount of information that they have on you or you have on other people is not surprising to you?
No, it's not surprising because, I mean, I've been playing basketball for a long time, especially in college right now. It's my last year, so, I mean, they know I could play basketball. I'm here at this level for a reason, so they have to guard me. At first, they could probably sag off me, but I'm finding where to get my shots at, especially in the mid-range now, and when to take good shots and when not to take good shots. So it's just like something that, took me a long time to figure out to this point from the beginning of the season, but I definitely think I figured it out.
So you knew Conference USA personnel just as well, and they knew you just as well as what you know in the Big 12, or how the way you're going against these teams?
I feel like at this level, the film stuff is more advanced, I would say, than Conference USA. And I was there 2 years in Conference USA, so they had 2 years of film on me. Now they only have how many games in conference? 5, 6. So that's all they got in conference play right now. So they can't really figure out everything that I do as well, especially with games 3 days apart, 4 days apart. So that's definitely an advantage on my end.
Malik, can you use being left-handed to your advantage? If they're going to wall you off and left, do you almost have to work on right-hand stuff?
Can you repeat that?
You almost have to work on right-handed stuff because they are going to try to take away your left, and you don't want to be shut down.
I mean, that's what they've been trying to do, force me right, and then I just drive right. It's not like I can't drive right. I mean, I go right, and then they're going to have to figure out how to stop me going right at that point. So, I mean, I feel like it's kind of an advantage to me because it leaves a straight line drive for me, and I think that's an advantage to me.
You have this stutter step move in the paint, which is really, I don't know if that's a bad idea, but man, everybody can catch up to you if you're not careful, right? It just seems like it's not something you would do when you want to get to the basket, but it works out really well. Where did you develop that?
Just watching film, playing basketball. You just got to have combos in your game, and that's something that I think it helps me out a lot. I just try to find different ways to get to the basket and different ways to score in the basket.
Is there any advantage to being left-handed just because there's so many more right-handed players?
Yes, definitely, without a doubt.
How come?
I feel like it's just easier to blow by people. I don't know why. It's just they don't really practice guarding a left-handed person every day in practice. When we have a left-handed player that we're going to play against, I'm usually that person. So my team will have to guard a left-handed person, which they do every day in practice. But I would try to imitate that person. But most people just can't stop a left-handed person going to the basket or just playing. Like James Harden, they can't really stop his game. I don't really know any lefties that could just be stopped going left. Yeah.
Did you grow up on a blacktop, or did you play all your games in the gym? Or did you go to the park and play with the older guys?
I was outside. I was at the parks. Yeah. I was playing every sport.
When you were a younger guy, did you play against a lot of older guys?
Yes. I have 2 older brothers, so okay. I'm the youngest out of 6, so okay. I just be playing against my family, my cousins, and everybody, so I was definitely the youngest one out there.
And when you were little, did you take it to the basket even back then?
Even more. Even more, yeah.
You probably get away with it a lot easier than you can now.
Yep.
So that's been a big part of your game.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir.
Though I would think with big brothers, they just beat the living heck out of it.
Not that bad, I would say, but to a certain level. And I was the one that used to talk to them, talk mess to them. So they, get mad at me and just do stuff to try to get under my skin. But it didn't really bother me. Yeah.
You think there's an art to doing that, being able to get to the basket and get your shot off against bigger guys?
Yes, and I think it's easier for me. Like it's something that I always been doing, so it's not something I really think about. Like, oh, I'm gonna be hesitant to take it to the basket. It's like I'm trying to score, so I'm gonna get to the basket, and try to get off the backboard, try to get floater, try to get something close around the rim because once I say go in the basket, I feel like it's gonna be a good game.
You had said before you wanted to test yourself, and that's one of the reasons that you transferred at the highest level of college basketball. Has it been what you thought it would be?
Yes, it definitely has been. Even going through adversity, I feel like I knew adversity was gonna hit me, and it always hits me, adversity. But it's something I always fight through. I'm a strong individual, so I'm gonna get through any type of adversity that's thrown at me. And this is always something that I dreamed about, playing, at the highest level, ESPN games on TV. It's definitely something that, I dreamt about.
Where's your 3-point game and your perimeter shooting at right now, you think?
It's at 20%, and I just feel like I can shoot the basketball, so I just feel like if I get more threes up, eventually it's going to go in. That's all I could think about. Like last game against Texas Tech, the ball just rattled out the basket, like, at the end of the game. Like, it's just something I just got to continue to work on, stay in the
It's a
gym.
matter of more opportunities, maybe?
More shots, just more 3-point shots. I probably take 1 to 2 max a game so far. If I get like 3, 4, I know I'm gonna make 1 or 2. So, I just gotta shoot the ball, just shoot the basketball with confidence, and just try to make shots.
Anything else? Thank you, Malik.
No problem.